Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we're taking a look at a sick deck. Comes to us courtesy of the man himself, Jeleniowatyy. Hopefully they've been enjoying playing through some Witcher lately. I think I saw them streaming that the other day. But this is a really cool deck. Hand Mage is kind of a deck that I've been wanting to experiment with for quite a while, but never got around to doing it. I'm glad someone else beat me to it because this deck looks really, really sweet. When we talk about Hand Mage, what we're talking about is playing some of the typical hand-centric cards like Mountain Giant, but also playing some of these new releases that haven't seen a lot of play in Meteorologist and Astromancer. If you haven't seen Meteorologist before, it's a 6-mana 3/3 battlecry. For each card in our hand, deal 1 damage to a random enemy, so we could be clearing our opponent's board, dealing a lot of damage, etc, etc. And Astromancer, this functions very similar to Spiteful Summoner. In fact, the entire deck functions pretty similarly to Spiteful Summoner. 7-mana 5/5 battlecry, summon a random minion with cost equal to your hand size. So, if we're playing this with, even with 4 or 5 cards in hand, we're potentially getting, 10 worth of stats for 7 mana, which is huge. When I say the deck functions similarly to Spiteful Summoner, what I mean is that this is a primarily minion-based deck. We've got Keleseth in here, we've got Fireflies, bunch of 3-drop minions, bunch of 4-drop minions, bunch of 5 and 6-drop minions. So we're going to be trying to last the game out with our minions, trade effectively, and then we're going to outmuscle our opponent hopefully with these Astromancers, just putting so much stats into play. These Mountain Giants, these huge boys, clearing our opponent's board, and finally we've got Frostlich Jaina, which can absolutely help us turn the corner, take over a game on its own, and that's what we will be looking to do. So the other thing that I wanted to point out, because we are very minion-centric, very minion-thick, we don't have a lot of removal in here, and that's something that I'm pretty concerned about, something that we'll be keeping an eye on. We've only really got these fireballs as removal, and I guess this one pyroblast up at the end. We don't have any polymorphs. Obviously, we're not playing Frostbolt because we've got Keleseth in here. Don't have any Cinderstorms or anything like that. No blizzards, no flame strikes. So we're going to be keeping an eye on how easy it is for us to handle the board with only minions. I think we'll be leaning on this Meteorologist pretty hard to help get us back into the game in those situations. And we'll probably be using this Fireball as removal more often than we use it for reach. But yeah, other than that, we'll be keeping an eye on the spells there, seeing how good this Pyroblast is, and of course seeing how good these Meteorologists and Astromancers are, because ultimately if they're not giving us a massive payoff, then a lot of the deck just we may as well be playing Big Spell Mage. So yeah, let's just jump into some games, and I really want to just blow some people's heads off with Meteorologist. Let's go!
You asked for it.
Alright, here against the Paladin. So I think hedging our bets, keeping a Stonehill Defender is definitely a good idea, but we really do want to find our Keleseth or possibly a Firefly, just so we can do some trading early on. Even a card like Tar Creeper is very good in this kind of matchup, so we'll keep the Stonehill. We don't want to send everything back in case we hit some poor draws. Let's see how if our opponent can take advantage of our pretty slow start here. So the question is, next turn, are we hero powering? Or are we pointing... Oh. It's not Odd Paladin. So I think I'm just going to hero power here. Not Odd Paladin, but is playing Righteous Protector.
Out of my jungle.
The alarm bells are going off. What deck is this? Let's have a stone.
Out of my jungle.
Senjin or Omega Defender? I'll take the Omega Defender. Just in case we don't end up playing it next turn. Like, we might go for, like, Acolyte, Firefly, or Creeper Firefly. Probably Creeper Firefly. Okay, Paladin deck. Stone here. Righteous Protector, and is not playing Baku. OTK Paladin. Okay. Well, we're on a clock.
What to do? What to do?
Show me the equality.
Tazdingo!
So, that is what the
light dims, but we
OTK Paladin or Death Rattle Paladin is what the internet is telling me. I think we'll take that last charge off the True Silver Champion. Happy to do so. Munch. Next turn we get to drop the Meteorologist with 9 cards in hand.
Ungoro belongs to the Titan.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That belongs in a museum.
What to do? What to do?
I think the Meteorologist on this board with so many stats in play could go horribly wrong for us, and it's only a 3/3 body as well. I think we got to try and cut down some of these trees first.
Reporting for duty.
But that is the Sunkeeper Terran that's in our opponent's deck. So. Cut down some trees. Meteorologist for 8.
Behold the cosmos!
Pew, 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 pew. That was alright. We are pretty low though. It's pyro quality. What's the follow-up though? What do they got on 4? Loot Hoarder.
Reporting for duty.
Well, not the greatest draw. We wanted to pick up something cheap so we could potentially get some Luna action going on.
What to do? What to do?
Let the pain speak to me.
We gotta get a wriggle on. If this is, you know, the OTK Paladin deck, I'm getting pretty close to where all the action starts happening. Also possible we should have pinged our own Acolyte there.
What would Uther do?
What would Uther do? What would Uther do? Bubble. Attack. Anyone in chat watch much Warcraft 3 esports? How does OTK work for them? Which cards? So it's based around Uther and usually like Ancient Brewmaster and that kind of stuff. So you like return the boys back to your hand, then try and deploy them all in one turn.
Bring the pain.
Oh, baby, baby, it's a big boy. I think we'll draw a card here. Astromancer, nice. And then we can crush the ball. And we'll save this Flame Elemental so that we can Astromancer for 9. Maybe we want to Astromancer for 8. Is 8 as good as it used to be?
Reporting for duty.
Face. That going face really perturbs me. I think we want to be a bit more conservative now and get this Omega Defender down.
The future is ours.
Which battle cry goes off first? Or which effect goes off
The
first?
tools
Well, we
of
never find out.
creation. Ready to glow.
Alright, friend. Cut down my Omega Defender. Oh, that's the equality. Equality consecrate. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
Well, let's see if we can get a tasty 8-drop. Or just do this.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
I mean, look, we could play the cool cards. Or we could definitely play the coolest card. It also just gives us 5 armor, which puts us out of the range of dying to Leroy. Good investment with that coin. Yeah.
What would
Put our money in the right place. Getting that guap. All you gotta do is invest in Jaina. Payoff. 1 coin for 1 water elemental. That's a good deal. Unfortunately, our Astromancer will only be for 7. Not too many good 7s around. We could potentially play Flame Elemental, go for a 6 instead.
act now?
Yeah, I can't think of any real 6 7s. Like a War Golem's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh no. Our opponent might be a little bit done with this game.
My
Let's see what 7 we get.
Justice.
Yeah, 5 6.
Act now.
Yeah, looking like our opponent might be a bit donezo now. A little bit donezo.
Trivial.
Got him. Great start. Let's see if we can keep it going. Alright, here against the Warlock. His name is Ron Burgundy.
You asked for it.
I'll keep an Acolyte. Something to do. I think we're, in general, just want to be a bit more conservative with this deck.
We have
On the
turned our
mulligan.
curse into our strength.
Although we do have a lot of 3-drops, so maybe the correct plan is to just full mulligan and expect that you'll draw into a 3-drop. It's even lock here. Oh, better lucky than good. Tasty. That's a big yuff from me, fam. We'll go for the apple bomb.
Blood will flow.
I think it's between the apple bomb and the Sunkeeper there.
Let the blood will flow to me.
Should definitely have considered trading in case they want a Hellfire. But I don't think they're Hellfire. Behold
Out of my jungle!
the tools of creation. This Omega Defender worked out really well for us last time. But maybe we want the Primordial Drake.
What to do?
Yeah, let's go for the
What to
Drake.
do?
Blood will flow. Bring the pain.
This is a lot of there's a lot of stats for us to try and meteorologist down. So let's see what ends up happening. If we can make it through these two minions, we might have a chance. Oh, the Hooked Reaver with it activated. Great play from her. Just gonna go face here.
Bring the pain.
Gluttony's not great.
Blood will flow. Rotten to my core.
Very good start from our opponent. I guess we're definitely not equipped to do much against a
None.
Black Knight. Oh my gosh. We're definitely not well equipped to punish many even Warlocks in the early game. Yeah, other than like Arcane Intellect, cards like that. Well, I mean, we could hit like
My calculations are flawless.
I don't know, a Primordial Drake. That's what we could hit. Very dead.
Well played. You win.
So yeah, definitely feels like a bit of a rough matchup there. I'm not too sure how we could kind of not sure if we could do anything about that. We could possibly play like Voodoo Doll as an out to Mountain Giant. So it's definitely something to consider. But we'll try another.
You asked for it.
Okay, here against another Warlock. So this is what we were talking about last game, where we can send the Stonehill back, knowing that we have, you know, 2 Acolytes, 2 Arcane Intellects, Luna, 2 Stonehills. We have so many 3-drops. Yeah, we'll send all these back, give ourselves one more shot at Kaliseth, and hopefully we don't draw just like Pyroblast, Jaina, 2 Astromancers.
We have turned
Really need
our
a Fireball
thirst
there?
into our strength.
Even if we did have Fireball, like the stats just don't line up very well, right? And we can never rely. I guess I'm talking about the matchup on a more like big picture level, not about like that individual game, but more of like a how do we tool this deck a bit more to not get dunked by a turn 3 or 4 Mountain Giant. I think Voodoo Doll's the main one that I can think of. So I think we want to go turn 3 Tar Creeper, turn 4 Coin Bonfire.
I wonder.
Keep this Flame Elemental just in case things go awry. Polymorph, of course. You're totally right. I don't know why we just completely ignored Polymorph. Polymorph would be the perfect card to shore up this matchup. And I think that, you know, if what I think is correct and that we're probably using Fireball as removal more often than not, then maybe Polymorph would be a better choice, or maybe like splitting it 50-50. Okay, Drake. So Drake is significantly better for us than Mountain Giant, of course. So we'll just keep curving out here. 1 and 1. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe a little bit extra reach. Maybe a little bit of extra removal. Who knows? Diversify those threats, as we say. There he is. Still good here. Still real good. Still real good. We can freeze this bad boy. So feeling okay about this. If they have the other Mountain Giant, then we're feeling very bad about this. Also interesting that Jeleniowatyy has chosen to include 2 pieces of weapon removal in here. I'm not sure if that's a concession to maybe Odd Paladin being a bad matchup. Yeah. Well, Vine Cleaver does seem like a card that does some work. I don't think we can miss an opportunity to kill this this Mountain Giant. Fen Creeper matches up pretty well with what our opponent's doing.
Let the pain speak to me.
Alright, so this is a big turn. They're on 7 mana with no coin, so they can't play like a Lich King or something here, which is a big plus. The best cards they could have is something like the Infernal.
This curse has
Gen's fine.
greatest strength.
Okay. Well, we've got a choice here. Do we keep just throwing down taunts and hope that they stick? Actually, I guess Fen Creeper pings. But we're taking 8 damage. Especially if they have a Lich King here. Maybe we should just be trying to go for Astromancer high roll. Want to hit a Sweet 9. What Sweet 9 is there? Oh my gosh. I would have put the buff on the Shroom Brewer in case this deck has a silence. Huh. Pretty dead, aren't we? Well, let's see what we get.
My calculations are flawless.
Fluffy, Snuggles, fetch!
Well, it's not exactly the sweetest of the 9s. not exactly the sweetest one. Oh well, GG's. They got us. Alright, extra game here for y'all, up against the Hunter. We got our Mountain Giant, so definitely keeping that. I think we'll keep the Luna against Hunter. You know, they might play dead a Spider Bomb or something, so to deal with this. Ooh, Odd Hunter. Ouch. Okay, well that's a very different game. We are on the clock immediately. Oh, what a draw. It's two times. 2 times in 4 games. We got the turn 2 Kalaseth. Right on time. You know what we say? Better lucky than good. Coin? What are you coining? The bow. That's good. The bow doesn't necessarily match up too great with this Stonehill Defender. Ooh, okay.
Out of my jungle!
Apple Bomb's going to be great here. Oh! Fireball off the top? Oh dear. I think this is the point where we well, this is an interesting point in the game. Does that does our opponent trade? No. Do they get Wind Fury? Probably not. This is too long a pause. No, Fireball's not a great draw. Our opponent hasn't hero powered yet. And will not be hero powering this turn, so that's a big plus for us. Well, Astromancer doesn't give us a Luna trigger, but now that's a sweet 9. Jaina is the sweetest 9. Okay, that wasn't an Iron Beak Owl, which is, I think, what we were more scared of. Unfortunately, Mossy Horror kills our own Luna and doesn't let us get to this Vicious Fledgling. So let's just go for
Keep away.
a trade here and then a Sneaky Meteorologist. Okay. Putting some damage on this is very nice. Next turn we have Astromancer or Mountain Giant. Astromancer to summon a 5. There are some good 5s out there, like this guy. Oh, please trade that Fledgling. No, what is this, Grievous Bite? You can't play Grievous Bite. You can play Archangel. Wow. What's the follow-up? Got another Tar Creeper. Snap! Wind Fury. Stealth. Stealth's great. Gluttonuses. We'll go for the Astromancer here.
My calculations are flawless.
Okay, which very important 2/4 do you want to try and take care of?
Return to nothing.
Now this does give them a turn at going face. And I think if I was the opponent, I would probably commit at this moment to just going face for the rest of the game. But it's risky, I mean...
I wonder...
What happens if I, you know, even if I just played like a Stonehill defender? Like, 2 Stonehill defenders is nightmarish. And they missed Wind Fury for the 3rd time. Which is... what, 30-something% chance? It's 33% to hit it, so it's 66%. 66% times 3. Trading. Why would you trade with that one? I guess you already attacked.
Reactor core online.
Ooh. Well. Harrison Jones. I guess we do get to draw a card. But if we go for the Mountain Giant, it helps us when we play Jaina. Because we'll have a Lifesteal Elemental on board.
I wonder.
But what could we hit off Harrison? We could hit Tar Creeper or Stonehill off the draw. Clockwork combo. It is Clockwork combo. So that's the thing. We could draw a taunt off this, or we can set this up for the lifesteal. I think we'll set it up for the lifesteal.
Return to nothing. Return to nothing.
Pretty dead to them hitting Wind Fury again. Librarian Games, hello, what is going on? Good to see you in the chat again. We are playing some Hand Mage. And it looks like our opponent has missed Wind Fury for the 4th time, but they did get Stealth every time, which is pretty good. Kill command, yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, we never get to see the top card of our deck, so we never get to tell if we made the correct choice. But oh, there's the game. So we'll jump into the collection over here. Take a look at the deck. Ultimately, this is a really fun deck. I really like it. I like what it's trying to do. But I'd love to tweak it and kind of work with it a little bit. I think this Pyroblast is really awkward. I think these Fireballs as well, we might want to switch those over to Polymorphs. Just because we are facing a lot of hand lock. And it does feel like we are in a bit of a hole against a very early... against a very early Mountain Giant or something like that. And it doesn't feel like we want the reach. It feels like we just need to survive until our late game, and then we have some, you know, really powerful things at 6 and 7, and of course Frostlich Jaina to help with that. So I think what I would do is I'd start by cutting some of those. I think the Skulking Geist and Mossy Horrors are interesting, especially Skulking Geist up against Odd Warrior rather. We can get rid of all their Omega Assemblies, which makes it very hard for them to compete with our late game. The Mossy Horrors... I think the Mossy Horrors can stay. I think they perform pretty well. And everything else in the list seems fine. I'll keep the 2 weapon removal cards in there for now. But I think we definitely want to get some polymorphs in here. And then outside of that, we could look at another 3-drop, maybe another 4-drop, like a Ghastly Conjurer is a card that I've talked about, in that it's a nice proactive body, it helps build our hand up, and gives us a bit of granularity, because one thing that this deck doesn't have is the ability to deploy multiple threats in a turn. For instance, if we have 4 mana, chances are we're going to be deploying a 4-drop, or a 3-drop, and unless we drew the Firefly, we're not going to be doing anything else with the mana. So by having more cards in here that give us cheaper spells, it means it gives us more potential to play multiple cards per turn, which is really important in a game where we want to survive the early few turns and not die. Other interesting cards, we could look at adding like a secret, like a frozen clone or something like that, as that helps build our hand up. But I think maybe a 4-drop like the Ghastly Conjurer or an Arcane Keysmith or something like that is where we want to be. Anyway, if you're watching this video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Jump over there, give Jeleniowatyy a +1 on this deck, leave a lovely thoughtful comment, as I know you will. All of my links are down in the description as well, including a link over to Twitter at Tommy_Wave. That's the best place to catch me. Or you can join the Tommy Wave Discord, the Wave Pool. It's still very new, but there's lots of good content over there. And until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, and roll high. Roll high. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.